I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dogs that I grew beside. All the niggas brown, ride and they die. Gotta watch the time, cause it's flying right by.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris, aka The Capital Connect, and in today's video, we got Day Trading Secrets from the Bible Part 6, man. This is my first time doing this in almost a year, bro. And this is obviously the first one of 2025, and I'm very excited about this one in particular because this principle I feel like is going to help us all, not only in our emotional state in trading, but also help us with our results in trading as well. And what am I going to be talking about today, guys? We're going to be talking about something that I call the establishment principle. Okay, the establishment principle. And before I get into this, guys, let me just reiterate the whole point of this Day Trading Secrets from the Bible series, guys. Some people misconstrue the idea of this series, like they think that I'm saying that God is specifically talking about day trading in all these examples that I use, and that is not the case whatsoever, right? The whole point of Day Trading Secrets from the Bible is to show you guys how principles regarding certain things, or certain areas of life, right, that God is referring to in the Bible, like seeing how those principles can apply to our trading. Okay. One thing I heard, I can't remember who said it, but all principles are microcosms of each other. Essentially, the meaning of that is, if a principle works in one arena, you can take that principle, take it to a different arena, and it will still work the same way. So the whole point of this series, guys, is not to say that God's been talking about day trading all along in the Bible and we just been missing it. Like, no, he's not, or at least I haven't found it yet. He doesn't have a trading strategy, right? He's not saying, you buy here, sell here. No, but he does have principles that we can use in our trading psychology. So that is the whole point of this. I'm not saying that the Bible is talking about day trading. I don't know why people think I'm even saying that, but I'm not saying that the Bible is talking about day trading. I'm not saying that these principles are only for day trading. I'm saying that I'm seeing these principles in the Bible and I'm showing you guys how they can apply to our trading and how we can use it to our advantage. Because the problem is, we keep on saying that God has all the answers. The Bible has all the answers. But then we act like he doesn't. Like, we act like God is only confined to our spiritual lives when he cares so much more about, not so much more, but he cares about everything in our lives, right? And his principles don't just apply to us spiritually. They apply to us physically, right? If you want to get healthy, you want to get in shape, he has principles about that. He has principles about how if you want to level up your life. He has principles about if you want to have a better mental state. Like, he has principles regarding everything. But then we're going to act like he doesn't have principles that can help us in day trading? Come on now. But anyway, I'm done with that rant. Let's go ahead and get into what I want to talk about today. The establishment principle. What is the establishment principle, guys? The establishment principle is very simple, right? I'm sure you guys have probably heard this phrase, but it's simply, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. And if you guys see me looking off, I got notes over here. I want to make sure I hit everything, okay? So this principle, guys, was first formed in the Old Testament, right? In Deuteronomy, okay? I can't talk today, but in Deuteronomy, right? It was essentially, first it was talking about, if you were going to put somebody to death, it couldn't just be by the mouth of one witness, right? If someone did something or had an offense, right, or had a sin that, required them dying, right, or the punishment for it was death, right? It was saying that, okay, we're not just going to take one person's word for it, right? You got to come with 2 or 3 witnesses, right? And at the mouth of those 2 or 3 witnesses, right, then we will put that person to death, right? But obviously it's not that extreme in day trading, okay? But it's not just in Deuteronomy, right? We see Jesus talking about it in Matthew 18. He was just, again, reiterating, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established, right? We see Paul talking about it when he's talking to the Corinthians in 2 Corinthians, right? We see Paul talk about it in 1 Timothy as well. So this principle is found all throughout the scripture, right? And essentially, guys, I was just sitting here thinking, and I'm like, bro, that's the key. Like, that's the key. Like, have you guys ever been in a situation where you're looking at the charts, man, and you just like, bro, I don't know if I should enter this trade or if I shouldn't enter this trade. And you just having all this anxiety before hitting buy or before hitting sell. And you like, bro, I don't know if I should do this. Well, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every trade be established, right? What do I mean by 2 or 3 witnesses? Okay. Your trades, guys, should not be based off of one thing, right? You should not see, like, I'll just go back in time with when I first started trading, right? When I first started trading, like I was using all these different indicators and strategies. Basically, if an indicator said sell, I would sell. If an indicator said buy, I would buy, right? When I was using moving average crosses, right? Oh, if these moving averages cross, I'm buying, right? If they cross this way, I'm selling. And it's like I was using one witness. I only had one witness that was coming testifying to me saying, yo, you should enter this trade. And that just doesn't make any sense, guys. At the mouth of one witness, guys, the argument is weak. That's the whole point of this principle, right? That's the whole point, because we got to understand that back in the Bible days, okay, your word was your best currency that you can use, right? It didn't matter how much gold you had, how much silver you had. Your word was the most valuable currency you had. Even if we look at the story of the Good Samaritan, right? When he came across a person that was mugged, right? And he took him to an inn, put him up in the inn. What did he tell the innkeeper? All right, here you go. Here's some money. This guy's going to be staying here for a little bit. I got to go handle some business, but by the time I come back, if he racks up any more charges, I'll pay for it. I'll take care of it when I come back. You know how good your word has to be in order for you to be able to say, yo, whatever he racks up, while I'm gone, I'll come back and take care of it. And the innkeeper just says, okay, that's cool. Like, your word has to mean something. And so back in the Bible times, your word meant everything. And so the same thing has to be applied to our trading. Okay. We should be looking for 2 or 3 witnesses to testify on whether we should or should not enter a trade. Right now, some of you guys may be looking at me saying, okay, Chris, well, what are the 2 witnesses we should be using in order before we, enter a trade? And I'm going to tell you this. I cannot answer that for you guys, right? I cannot answer that for you guys. All of you guys trade differently. Some of you guys may trade the same as me, but I'm not going to speak like all of you guys do. So, for some of you guys, that may just be things that you see in price action, right? If you see a fair value gap, a liquidity sweep, right? For some of you guys, it may be, I got to see this indicator doing this. I got to see this indicator doing that. For some of you guys, it may be, you might like to use economic data. You might like to use volume, like whatever the case may be. Like, you got to figure out your 2 or 3 witnesses, right? Figure out what your 2 or 3 witnesses may be. Again, it may be different for all of you guys. So for me, I have a list of things that I will use as my 2 or 3 witnesses, right? I don't just have 2 or 3 things that I'm looking for every single time I'm looking to enter a trade. However, I have a list of things, right? So for me, it's, are we in a higher time frame PD array, right? Did we sweep liquidity, right? Or maybe is my moving average showing that we have momentum, right? Because everyone knows I use the 9 EMA on my charts just to help me see, as momentum, like at that moment, like what is the momentum showing me, right? I also use the 50 SMA to show me like the intraday trend. I'm also looking for, okay, do we have multiple time frames lining up saying the same thing, right? Am I going with the trend, right? These are just a list of things that I have that I use for my 2 or 3 witnesses, right? For you guys, it may be different. Some of you guys may use a stochastic indicator. Some of you guys may use the volume profile. Some of you guys may be using trend lines, like whatever you guys are using, right? Figure out your 2 or 3 witnesses that you, or have a list of things that you will use as your 2 or 3 witnesses. And when you are looking to enter a trade, right, see, do you have 2 or 3 witnesses saying, yes, this is a good trade idea. Yes, you should buy. Yes, you should sell. If you don't have 2 or 3 witnesses going for your trading idea, you shouldn't look to trade it. Or you can also use it on the flip side as well. If you got 2 or 3 witnesses going against your trade idea, right? Let's say I see a bullish setup and I see that we're in a higher time frame, bearish fair value gap, and I also see that we swept liquidity, right? And we didn't even close above a high, we wicked above a high, but I'm seeing a bullish setup. I got 2 witnesses going against my bullish setup. That means I should not be pulling the trigger on that bullish setup, man. So this principle, bro, the establishment principle, can help you guys as far as, having more conviction in your trade, but also helping you be less anxious in your trade. Because now when you have 2 or 3 witnesses, it's like it's almost mechanical. Like, okay, I got this, I got this, I got that. There's nothing to think about. I'm entering the trade, right? If this happens, and this happens. If I got this, this, and this, I'm entering a trade. It doesn't matter. It takes the emotions out of it, right? You don't have to sit there and think like, dang, bro, should I enter this trade? Should I not? No. You got 2 or 3 witnesses telling you, enter the trade. You can enter the trade and let whatever happens, happens. So, guys, I hope this principle helps you guys out, man. Like I said, it's really a short video today, but it's not a hard principle to understand, man. But like I said, I hope this video helps you guys out, man. If you guys have any questions regarding this video, obviously drop it in the comments, and y'all know your boy is going to reply to every comment. But that's all I got for today's video. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone.